That's how big of a beast he was as a player. He was the NFL at one point.
Yes.
You know, he really was. He was the face of the NFL.
Yes.
And it was like everyone wanted to be a running back too
Yep.
as well when
Yep.
he was in his prime coming out of college.
Let's jump into the dude that Stevan Ridley wanted to break down. Set the clock. Let's get our AI synopsis.
So let's explain to Rid kind of what we do here on our show, Dudes on Dudes. We talk usually about a dude or two or three each episode, Rid, and we break him down. We talk about his game for about 10 minutes, what type of player he was. But overall, after the 10 minutes, we try to put
Label
each
him.
guy and label him into a category of what type of dude they are. And there's 5 different categories that you can label them. One is dog. The
2
other
is a stud.
is a stud.
There's a whiz, a dude's dude, and a freak.
Yes.
Whiz being a guy that is innovative. This guy's brilliant. He's revolutionized something. A freak being a Randy Moss dude. That's just
That
just
just looks like a freak.
doesn't look like a fucking
DK Metcalf.
doesn't
on the
look like
Pittsburgh
a-
Steelers
that's
now.
not- he doesn't
Looks like
human.
a freak of nature,
stud is someone who's had the pedigree his whole life. He's supposed to be that guy.
like a Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow,
Guys
Peyton
Studley,
Manning,
yeah.
You know, guys that were first overall draft pick, Heisman guy. You know what I mean? They
Bend
were always
him
the
and
guy.
steal him. Okay.
A dog is a
Looks great.
motherfucker that has been
Julian.
self-motivated. It's motivated, had to maybe go the long road, but always like physically, mentally fucking tough. Will bite your face off. Not liked by many people, but fucking respected by everyone.
Yeah.
And then you got the dude who's like a glue guy in the locker room. The guy in the locker room that was, you know, a vibe guy. He knew how to be a great leader. He was the guy that would cool the room when it needed to be cool, but light it up if it needed to be lit up.
Yeah.
So now let's get on to the AI synopsis of the guy, of the dude.
We're supposed to be talking.
That we'll be talking about that Ridley picked here today. Standing at 6'1" and weighing 220 pounds, this dominant running back was selected 7th overall in the 2007 NFL draft, the year I graduated from high school. He grew up in Palestine, Texas, and starred at Oklahoma, where he set an NCAA freshman rushing record and was a Heisman finalist. He holds the NFL single-game rushing record with 296 yards and was named 2012 NFL MVP after nearly breaking the single-season rushing record. He went on to play 15 seasons in the NFL for 7 different teams. Let's get on Adrian Peterson.
Jesus.
And Rid, what's the first thing? Let's get his headshot. Oh yeah, first we need Rid's headshot up here, man. I forgot about you, man. Thank you about the headshot. I didn't forget about you. I forgot about the headshot. So let's get your big ass up there, and let's get this smooth criminal Adrian Peterson up here as well.
Put those side by side.
One of the best running backs to play the game. But what's the first thing you think of Adrian Peterson, and why did you pick him?
I think of AP. I remember everybody calling him AD all day, AP. And I just remember him in Oklahoma.
Oh, my
You
God.
know, when I was coming up playing ball, I'm watching this guy run in Oklahoma, and I just remember as a running back, like how aggressive, downhill, and violent he ran. Like you just didn't want to be in his way. And so as a running back, that's what jumped out to me on his film, and I always kind of like to say I tried to pattern my game after that. Like I just wanted to be somebody that you didn't want to tackle for 4 quarters. And AP was really that guy. I think for the years that he was on in college and the pros, when he was healthy, he was electric, man. He was electric.
Have you guys ever hung out?
I've bumped shoulders with him a few times.
Yeah.
I had a friend of mine who was real close with AP.
Yeah.
And I think it was my second year after I ran for a lot of yards. He got AP to sign something and has a picture, and it's still in my house to this day because that was my favorite running back. And he actually signed it and gave it to me. But no, I hadn't had a chance to sit and kick it with AP for a period of time. I'd love to do that, though, just to pick his brain because he set the bar back in the day, I'd have to say. He was
Like
he was it.
explain how dominant he was at Oklahoma.
I think back to those days, what was like Reggie Bush was kind of doing his thing.
Reggie was
Reggie was
arguably the best football player in college football history.
But both of them same position, 2 night and day different running backs, right?
1,000%.
So when I think of AP was that guy that really just wore a defense down. Like you knew, everybody knew in the ballpark he was getting the rock, and you couldn't stop him. So for a running back to really have that dominance as long as he did, and then people know that he's the stud, he's the man that they have to stop for that game, and they couldn't stop him for how many years? 15 in college and 15 in the pros and 4 in college. That's 2 decades right there. So for me, I tip my hat and I say, it's hard to say who's better.
What are the few traits that makes him so good in your eyes?
His explosiveness. His explosiveness, him being able to finish a run, and then the physicality he played with.
And I could tell that, he definitely was your favorite running back, because that's kind of the way that you molded your game as well, Rid. You were explosive off the line of scrimmage. You were a physical guy. It was hard to take you down. You plowed through defenders. Not one guy was tackling you, just like Adrian Peterson. So that's cool, man. That's really cool that you get to look up to him and mold your game after him as well. And now we're here talking about him here on Dudes on Dudes.
Well, what's your... You said 2 unbelievable running backs in college football, and you could argue in both. In pro, certainly AD, Reggie had a really good career as well. But college football Mount Rushmore of running backs.
Reggie's up there top for sure.
But what's the Mount Rushmore? You get 4. Top 4.
Top 4 in college?
All time.
Ooh. That I watch. So I'm gonna go Reggie.
Reggie's up there.
I'm gonna say AP. Already said those 2. I will go. I was younger, but I remember watching these boys down in Miami. Willis McGahee. Remember Willis McGahee?
You're going McGahee,
and
right?
Clinton Portis.
His junior year.
You're going Clinton Portis too. That's your 4 right there.
I don't know if that'd be the 4, but like.
What about Barry Sanders, who won a Heisman?
That was before Barry was a little bit before my time. Like, he was there, but it's like, who did I watch?
So we're talking your era.
Like, my era that
Ricky Williams.
That was the next guy I was about to say. Ricky was nasty in Texas, man.
I mean, Ricky Williams was a fucking load.
Yeah, so when I think of backs like that, and even Cedric Benson, y'all remember him back in the day? These were the guys that I, watched. So when I see the game now, it's like, to be a running back, you got to be like a 5th or 6th receiver, catching the rock out the backfield. Well, back when I was coming up, we're banging it out with linebackers that are 250, 260.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you had to be a bull. And when I think of a bull and dogs in between the tackles, Reggie did something that no back can do. AP. I would have Ricky up there as well. I would. And who we going for the 4th? I would say go McGahee, man. When McGahee was
nasty.
McGahee was
towards
tough,
ACL, though, remember?
He did. They did. I tore mine twice. I kind of look at guys that have to dig deep and come back. We know what it takes.
College. So you have who?
Reggie. AP. Ricky Williams. I'd say either that McGahee or Clinton Portis. Both of those boys were people I love. Let's go McGahee then.
All right.
Let's go
so
McGahee.
These are the Mount Rushmores of Stevan Ridley. People that he watched at running back.
Yes. Pattern my game off of, watch film. Before I was even watching film, these are guys I was looking at like, I want to be like that when I get older.
That's a solid 4.
AP, dude, he ran for 2,000 yards after an ACL. He was 8 months out. Okay, it's not human.
No.
That's like not. That was like I remember that being the first time someone came back that fast after the ACL and had success.
Production.
He was legit. Probably like it's kind of like when the first person to break the 4-minute mile, and then after that, 17 people did it in that very next year, but no one in the feet of time could beat it until that one person. And right after that, a year later, 15 or whatever amount of people beat it because someone did it. It's like first time someone went 8 months. Now that's like the standard.
That's standard. Yeah. Because it is an ACL recovery. Blew it out is normally like a 9-month recovery. You know what I mean?
I didn't feel good until 18.
And it takes time, but some guys come back and do it a little quicker. But for him at the running back position, and then how he was dominating before the ACL, and then came back and did that the very next year. That'll never happen again, man. Because they literally put the load on him right fresh off surgery. Most times they try to slow play you and let you come on back and get healthy. Back in the day, they were like, hey, P, feed him. You know what I mean? So he was.
I mean, he tears his ACL. He tore it in December. tore it in December.
Wow. Late in the
Comes
season.
back and gets 2,097 yards, 13 touchdowns, 6.3 a carry, 9 months after ACL, MCL.
And he's the last running back to win MVP.
Which is rightful.
Still?
Yeah.
Still.
Off of that season.
Off of that season. I mean,
Bro.
if anyone was going to do it, it would be Saquon this year.
There's
Last year.
There's one trait as well that we haven't talked about, and it's his vision. He can see down the field. He can see defenders coming at him, make him miss. That's what makes him such a great running back as well, as long
Strength.
with his physical traits and his strength, obviously. But he runs upright, which is what you really don't see out of a running back, and that's what you're not taught growing up as a kid. It's always have your shoulders down,
have your pads over
have your pads
over your
down,
knees,
pads
and
over
that-
knees. He runs straight upright, but he's such a physical freak of nature that when a guy's come at him and he's so fluid, he can just put his pads down at the last second, and the defender wasn't expecting that. And that's what gets him that little advantage of the unexpectancy of him putting his pads down and lowering his shoulder and just trucking the guy in front of him. And that's why he was so hard to tackle as well, because he can run upright, have the vision, be able to get in full speed stride, but then have the athleticism of being able to juke and just put his pads down faster than you've seen anyone else do it at the running back position.
He was a freaking, to me, it was just like a horse out of a stable, bro. He just like his gait and how aggressive he really used to run. And like you say, most running backs, that's what they want you. They want you, tucked down and low. But AP was like, man, you let him out the gate, it's a home run. You know what I mean? And if you come to him, you're getting punished. But he was the guy.
Week 8, 2007 versus San Diego Chargers. Minnesota wins 35-17. Adrian Peterson rushes 30 times for 296 yards.
In the league.
3 touchdowns, broke off a 61-yarder, and beat the previous record holder by Jamal Lewis, who had a 295-yard game in 2003, which I remember that game when he was with the Ravens. Like, that's insane.
30 touches in the NFL, y'all. When do you see that now, y'all?
I wonder how many touches he for a while averaged during his career.
20 plus.
I'm talking like throughout a whole season.
Like I would say by the game, I would say AP was probably touching it when he was really rolling back in the day. He was getting that ball 15 to 25 times a game.
You don't see that much often.
Ever.
Now.
Ever.
You got a lot of these 2-back systems.
Like
which you got to keep the guys healthy.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
And for him to do it how he did, but that's like where we look at it. It's like, man, if we had, like going back to us playing back in the day, we would have to have like a serious injury to our offense, like tight end down, 2 of our receivers down, that we really have to lean on the run game where somebody's going to really get the ball 20 to 30 times a game. You'd always rotate it, try to keep a guy fresh, try to prolong your team and keep us healthy going to the back end. But that's that old school ball that we grew up watching. That's how the running backs had to get it out. Back in the day, it was 20 to 30 carries, and you owed the team 100 to 150 yards.
Look at how many carries you had throughout right there. Those are all the carries his years. 238 carries, 363 carries, 314 carries, 283 carries, 208 carries, 348 carries, 279 carries, got banged up, 21 carry season, 327 carries. And then it starts getting a little, But look at how that's a lot of carries.
But look, those first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's say the first 9 years. Look at those numbers. And that's in how many games? That's a how many game season too?
16. He's toting.
Hello.
That, like you said, he's a stabled horse.
Hello, bro. And he was that guy. I mean, everybody wanted to be. If you wanted to be a power back, that's who you were watching. I mean, it was. He did things that nobody else could do in the game.
I was in Pittsburgh my senior year when he was drafted, top 10 into the NFL. And I would go to the, other high schools when we were playing basketball into their arenas, and everyone was wearing an Adrian Peterson jersey. Even being in Pittsburgh with the Steelers there. I've seen an Adrian Peterson jersey at least 10 different other places that I was playing at, there would be like 1 or 2 kids in the crowd with an Adrian Peterson
AP jersey,
AP jersey on. That just shows, well, what type of player he was. Even in the Steel City, people were representing AP because that's how big of a beast he was as a player. He was the NFL at one point.
Yes.
He really was. He was the face of the NFL, and it was like everyone wanted to be a running back too as well when he was in his prime coming out of college and in the NFL.
Remember at the Fiesta Bowl against Boise State with the Statue of Liberty game where Boise beat them?
Is that when Boise State
and then that's when
Oklahoma?
Boise State they
with
beat
the Statue of Liberty play?
Yeah, that's
the play.
I remember that play.
And the guy remember the running back,
he
proposed to his girlfriend right after?
Yes. I do remember that, but I didn't realize
AP had 2 tugs in that. I mean, he was a monster at Oklahoma. We got to determine what kind of dude this guy is. All right. Rid, your guest out of the types of dudes we have, what kind of dude is Adrian Peterson? Is he a stud? Is he a freak? Is he a dog? Is he a whiz? Or is he a dude's dude, and why?
I mean, yeah, he's a stud, freak, and dog and all that. But, I mean, Rid, you can only pick one category that he represents the most.
Okay. I'm going to have to say, you got to give him that purple, man. He's a freak, man. He's a freak. He's a once in a generation player. I mean, he really is.
Why?
Because I don't think you're going to see as many people with the breakaway and the physicality and do it for the duration that he did it, college and pro, with that label on his back. And everybody knew it. Like, name somebody else who was that dominant, college and pros. We just saw it for 10 years. We know he did it 4 years in college. And had the ACL, came back the next year, and dude, like, come on,
That's
man.
a freak.
That's a freak, bro.
And on top of it, looks like a freak of nature, too. I mean, his biceps are just popping out of his arms.
Mannequin.
Freaking veins just all over the place. 6-pack.
He's a freak.
Chiseled chest. Chiseled legs as well.
You
just
don't
the quads
want
are
those
defined everywhere.
problems.
That's a freak of nature.
You
right
don't
there.
want that.
So, on 3, Gronk, 1, 2, 3, freak.
Freak.